Hello everybody, this is Amy. Hope you guys are doing well. So this is a little video this evening about the importance of being nice. And this is something that people are really putting out there to the world at the moment, is how negative the energy is being, but at the same time how much kindness is being gravitated out towards the world, to the universe. So yesterday evening I did a lovely video with Philip Daniel Miles, an astrologer, good friend of mine, and I had this card, which is the Positive Movement Forward card. And this card is really important, and I wanted to do a video on this card. I really did. It was one of those where I thought, I have so much to say about it, but there's so much more that comes into that as well, which is why I named the video The Importance of Being Nice. So as we are growing as spiritual beings having a human existence, there is one problem that we have: the shadow. The shadow card is the intuition versus the ego. And that is something that is really apparent these days, is that we are led so much by ego. We are led so much by the loathing of others, the loathing of life. And I know it's very difficult to live in a society like we live in right now, where there is so much hatred being projected to the world. It breaks my heart to see it. It really does. And narcissism being at its ripe. You only have to go on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, trolling, bullies, people making you feel like that. You've got children that are being bullied at school. You've got adults that are doing a bit of this, in the workplace. You see it so much. And if you're a sensitive soul, or you're very intuitive and you're led by your intuition, not your ego. The ego is like, I don't care, I'm going to keep doing it. But your intuition is saying to you, you need to listen up. This is important. You need to deflect this energy. But people don't do that. So they let this negativity get to them. They let this energy that is not suited to them get to them and make them feel like these people might be saying to them, oh, you're not good enough, you should go kill yourself or whatever. I've seen it so many times. It's happened to me myself, and if I was, doing this now 4 years ago, I don't think I'd have coped with it. But now I can deflect it. It doesn't bother me anymore, because you have to get some form of authority. This authority is important. You need to set boundaries within yourself and towards other people as well. And this all goes the same with the importance of being nice, because when you're nice to other people, it's contagious. My grandma, when I was a little girl, she used to say to me, when you smile, it's contagious. The world will smile with you. So I did it. I did it as a challenge. As a little girl, I'd smile at people and they'd smile back. And I did this today. I walked down my birth hometown, and I was smiling just sort of at people. And you would have people that would smile back, and you would have people going, how dare you smile, sort of thing. And you can see it in their expression. And of course, not everybody wants to smile. Of course, they could be having a really bad day. But I've noticed that the negativity and the negativity and the niceness, they're kind of running quite parallel. They're running quite on the same level. Now, I mentioned it in a video I did with Heather last week, that, love and hate are kind of on the same wavelength. Now, someone in the comment section said, oh no, that's not true. But in a way, I can sort of see your point. Love and hate are two completely different emotions. Of course, that I know that. However, but it's the intensity. You can love somebody so much, but you can hate somebody with the same passion so much. It's the passion element there. And that's the link. So if you go onto somebody's video, this is the way I see it. If you go onto somebody's video and you didn't like it, I always say that I always say that YouTube kind of sets people up to troll, or to set people up to being unkind, because they have the dislikes button. And of course, everybody has freedom of speech. But if you just imagine if there was just the like button, if you just imagine that for a second, and you imagine that there was no hate in the world, and you imagine that people were nice and constructive with their criticism, not nasty with their criticism, could you imagine that? how much of a difference that would make to the world. It would make a massive difference. You know, there will always be a critique there that would say, yes, but we need to have the balance. Yeah, I know that. You can't have too much of a good thing, of course, I'm aware of that. But, you know, even if the negative was constructive to help that person grow instead of being mean, that would be amazing. And I wish that our world would go like that. But it will in time. I think that at this moment in time, we're pushing each other apart. But so is our intuition versus our ego. We're getting further and further away from our intuition. And we're doing this because, you know, we're fueled by a lot of rubbish, you know? We're fueled by, you must go out and buy this, you must go. This is consumerism for you, you know. But that's for a different video. But we are at an emotional loss. In our society, we are in the world, we're at this emotional loss. Of course, there are people out there that are caring, that are loving, that are amazing people. But, you know, there is a lot of evil out there, and I don't know, nothing seems to be getting done about it, you know? Okay. So, I did get this one. You got temptation. So, if you see this here, this is the intuition. This is the key of light. This is, you know, and then you've got sort of like the devil there pulling it away. That again is the intuition versus the ego. And I think that is the key to the importance of being nice. When you're led by your intuition, you can't be horrible. You can't be evil. You can't be mean. When you're led by the ego, the dark side of you that's saying, oh, that person looks hideous in those jeans, I'm going to tell them on their Facebook, or I'm going to tell them on their Instagram, you look ugly. Let me tell you something. You know, I see it a lot. I see bullying and trolling on, you know, that people are fat shaming people, or people are, or you're this and you're that. You know, it's really, really cruel. But what if we put our passions into something else? What if we put our passion of that, you know, that loathing energy into something constructive, positive? Why don't you put, instead of channeling your energy, like I read this little quote this morning, energy flows where energy goes. So if you put loads of energy into, you know, your intuition, and you really work on things that you love doing and being positive towards other people, that would be awesome. You know, somebody unfriended me on Facebook once for being too positive. And that made me chuckle somewhat, because I thought, well, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to you that I'm negative, because I'm not. I try and stay positive. Through all of the pain and life experience I've had, I'm going to remain positive, and I'm going to do that because I believe in the cause. It's a cause and effect. The more positivity you put out to the world, the more karma, good karma, comes back to you. If you sit there and slate other people, trust me, people do it in this industry too. They slate other readers, or they slate other astrologers. And it's so sad. My philosophy in life, I want to see everyone succeed. Regardless of who you are, I want to see you happy. And I think that, you know, until people learn how to do that, we're going to have some serious trouble in the world. Because the idea is we have to build the firm foundations of success, and that starts with you. That starts with the root chakra, where the emotion is laid. You know, people say to me, yeah, but this person's a narcissist, and they're evil, and they're this and they're that. Yeah, maybe. But, you know, until they open their eyes and see what they're doing, as long as you're being positive, and as long as you're radiating that love out to the world, then you can't help everyone. And again, it all starts with the heart chakra. You know, you've got to, you know, if there's a lot of damage in someone's chakra, of course, they're going to feel more negative towards the world. They're going to feel a lot more sort of thing. But of course, the heart chakra is there, you know, to sense out that goodness. Again, we have to build partnerships and alliances. We have to be allies with each other instead of just hating each other. It's really sad. It's like the, you know, North Korea and America. It's this, just let each other live. Stop throwing the nuclear buttons at each other, you know? I wish it wasn't like that, and I wish that people would see what's really going on, but that's again for another video. But we needn't be defeated. There is always a way, and there is always a way to be nice. There's nothing wrong with the importance of being nice, and I really wanted to kind of stress that out to you tonight. While my Venus return is happening, and while, you know, I'm feeling very optimistic about things. I kind of wanted to kind of put that out there to you. And as a final note, you've got the waiting game, which is, you know, it will happen, but it's going to take time. But again, as long as you're radiating positivity, you're radiating happiness and love and inspiration out to the world, it will happen. Again, it's just going to take time, but it ultimately leads to new beginnings. The new world that would be, well, my new world to all of you guys would be, you know, like if I ran the shots, everybody would be positive. Everybody would be happy and loved and cared about. And like I said, anything remotely negative would be constructive. It wouldn't be insulting. It wouldn't be rude. It wouldn't be mean. There seems to be, I see at the moment, especially on the internet, like kind of a 70-40 towards negativity. No, that's wrong. 70-30. I can't do maths. Criticize me for it. But yeah, that would be nice, don't you think? You know, just, hey, I didn't really like the video, but however, if you'd have done this, this, and this, that would be awesome, sort of thing. That's better than being, this video was pants, you know, or something. I'm just relaying it to YouTube because I use YouTube as a religious basis. No, I'm joking. I just use YouTube religiously. But yeah, so the universe is doing its thing at the moment, and it's making a lot of things happen for a lot of people. But as I say, you've just got to just be nice. It's not difficult. It really isn't. And I know everybody has their battles, and you know, it's just something simple as, you know, you're getting on a bus and the person in front of you, they says, I know, single ticket to town, and they take the ticket and they sit down. But I would say, oh, could I have a single ticket, please? And then they would give me that. I'll go, thank you so much, and I would go sit down. But that thank you and that please may have just, the driver may be thinking, oh, finally someone said thank you. I notice it with driving as well. Oh my gosh, you know, somebody, I was driving home, I did a psychic party last week. I think it was last Tuesday, I think it was, or last Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday. And the snow was probably like really thick by this point, and I was driving really, really slowly. And this is a lesson learned, let me tell you. He was driving, this guy was in like this estate car, this really long car, and he was driving behind me, and we were all going slow. There was nothing anybody could do. We were doing 30 mile an hour in a 70 zone. It just, we couldn't go any quicker. And he was flashing his lights at me like, come on. You could see him throwing his fingers up at me, swearing at me, and I was like, so I carried on. I did not let this guy win. I thought, no, I'm not risking my life. I have children that need their mom to live. I am not risking my life on dangerous, icy roads for you. Sorry, no, it's not happening. So I'm in the outside lane, and he did something called undertaking, where he went into this lane and he just totally just pulled in front of me. However, he misjudged the ice because he was going so fast, and his car spun out of control. Luckily, I mean, you know, regardless of what you guys, oh, he probably deserved it, maybe, but I'm glad he wasn't hurt, and I'm glad that his car wasn't broken. It wasn't smashed up to pieces, because it probably would have done. But someone was looking out for him at that time. The universe was looking out for him. Although what he did was wrong, I was in shock. I was my heart was racing. I thought, please don't get hurt. And I was like split second, I was like, please don't get hurt, you know. And although, you know, what he did was very intimidating, it was wrong, I blocked it. I blocked that negativity and that negative energy off me, because that would have bothered me for probably a couple of days. And I think that if you guys just let things go and just go, do you know what? This guy just like, he threw his finger up at me because I accidentally made a mistake on the road, or, you know, something like that. Don't let these things bother you. Keep radiating that smile, keep radiating that happiness, and radiating that love and joy, because we need more people to do it. It's kind of like a mission of mine to get everybody positive. I know that you can't be positive some days. Trust me, I'm not positive some days. And sometimes I get up and I'm like, I really don't want to do today. I just want to sleep. If my energy levels are low, or there's a retrograde and it's not resonating with me, of course, I'm not saying to be positive all the time. But even if you just smile at somebody, even if you're in a bad mood, or you just do one random act of kindness per day, you'll be surprised that those little gestures will make a big impact on the world. And we definitely need more positive people out there. So I hope you enjoyed this little reading. I am really honoured to have kind of done this to you for you guys tonight. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Amy, psychic, tarot reader, life coach and counsellor. So I'm here to help you guys. If you'd like a reading, you know what to do. It's all in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and let me know what you thought, of course. So take care, love and light, angel blessings. I'm sending you all so much love, happiness, contentment, and joy, and I hope that you guys have a really, really positive week. And let me know if there's any Venus thingies, you know, in the universe coming up for you, or you're really resonating with the energy right now. Do let me know. I'd love to hear it. Take care, guys.